Hello, everybody. I hope you had a good Christmas break and that you're well rested and ready to be back at things. I know you're probably not well rested today if you're watching this on your first day back, but we'll need to be ready to go here in short order and get things wrapped up for the course. I know that week 14 or that December 11th through the 20th was a busy time frame for everybody. It was a longer week, but some schools I know had finals in there and stuff like that. So if you didn't turn in something for week 14 with the 4 next loop and the string class properties, you can still do that and get it taken care of. It won't be docked for being late, but you should get that in as soon as you can. And there's a few implications to that. There was an extra credit opportunity in there as well called the acronym maker. Obviously extra credit, so it's not required, but as you look at your grades, some of you might be wanting some extra credit. Really the last thing that I have for you here is this course completion activities here, just a couple really. And for those of you that are all caught up and everything's turned in, really you just have a course completion survey to do for me. And you will get extra credit points if you identify yourself by name, so I can give you points for doing that as well. Please do be honest. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you give some honest feedback about something that could be better. As a matter of fact, I want you to tell me how things could be better because I know it's not perfect. And we've made changes based on some input we got last year, and I intend to make changes as we move forward. So do give me your honest feedback about the course, and you'll get extra credit for doing so. Also, the other thing to be doing this week, if you're missing anything from the past, you can still turn that in. The one thing I would say about it is, well, two things I guess I would say about it is, it needs to be in by Thursday, January 9th if you expect to get credit for it, because I have to finalize all the grades on Friday, January 10th. So if you don't get it to me before the 10th, meaning if you don't get it in on the 9th, I won't have time to grade it and finalize the grade. So you got till January 9th to tie up any loose ends, and I guess to clarify a little better, that would be only stuff from the second quarter. So if it's stuff from farther back than that, I wouldn't bother with it right now. And I did go through in each of the weeks, they used to be by date, which worked for us as we were doing each week, but if you're trying to go back in time and maybe review something or go back to something that you missed, it's probably more helpful for it to be have a name to it. So I did go back and rename all the weeks by the content stuff from there. And if you're saying, well, I want to go back and make sure I've got everything in from the second quarter, our second quarter started on this week with random number creation and message boxes. So basically any assignment in there from there on, you can go back and turn in if you want. With the only exception would be the journal entries, because the point of the journal entries was to reflect on what you did that week, and it really isn't very effective to do it months later. So but any of the programming assignments, you can certainly still do those and turn them in. I would say make sure you send me a message letting me know that you turned something in, or else I might not know that it's there. If you need help with something from the past, send me a message. I'll gladly give you help with that so you can get it in by next week as well. So especially if you need help with something, don't wait till the 9th, because if you need help for it, you know how it works. You send me a message, I do something with it, get back to you. There's a couple of days turnover in there before you're finished doing what I helped you with. So if there's some things you're going back in time on and need help with, be proactive and get that done a couple days before the 9th so you can get it on time. So turning in anything from the past can be something you do in this week. There's a couple of extra credit opportunities, that acronym maker that I put out there before Christmas, and the course completion survey. So for some of you maybe don't have a whole lot to worry about in this last week, just some extra credit opportunities. For others, it's a good opportunity to wrap up some loose ends and turn in some things and get your grade more along the lines of what you'd like it to be on a report card. Now, there are 2 grades to kind of worry about. Second quarter grades, and then of course the whole semester grade. If your second quarter grade isn't so good, that's not great, but if your semester grade is still passing, then you're okay shape. You may be just turning in some things to get that second quarter report card grade to look better. If your semester grade is not passing, well, then you won't get credit for the class. So I guess I'd be looking at both those things. Now, I have graded everything that's been turned in up to this point. To my knowledge, I just went through again today. So look at your grades in PowerSchool yourself. Take a look. If you think there's a mistake, send me a message so I can look at it. Look at the feedback in the Moodle gradebook for any feedback on assignments, but the Moodle grade is not your official grade. The PowerSchool grade is your official grade. So just tying up any loose ends and doing those 2 extra credit opportunities are the only things I have for you this week. If you have any questions, let me know. I do appreciate that you're a part of this class. It's my pleasure being your teacher. I know it's not easy taking a class online, and many of you did a very good job of being proactive and sending me messages and really sticking with it and working hard to do your best. I don't think programming in and of itself is an easy topic either. So good job to you, those of you that posted a good grade for this class. For those of you possibly thinking about moving on, taking the second half of this course next semester, it is a prerequisite to pass this semester. I know I got one question about that. So, I mean, it wouldn't make much sense if you don't understand what we're doing to this point in time to move on, because it just keeps building and getting probably more challenging from here. So, maybe retaking it at some point if you're really interested, but this semester didn't go very well for you. Maybe a retake and then trying to move on to second semester down the road might be an option. So, here again, we're just tying up loose ends this week. Get any week 14 stuff taken care of that you maybe didn't before Christmas break, and we'll get grades finalized by January 9th. Thanks.